YoungMonopTV, where we talk world news, hip-hop news, and WWE news. All you gotta do is hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. We about to get into it.
Ain't playing no games, it's hard. I ride this bitch like a Harley. Think it's my baby, I take her to Mars. Skirt at the light like I'm in a Ferrari. Shit, I'm just living, ain't promised tomorrow. Rockin' all mines, them diamonds go hard. Ball for the shit, how you stopping the start? I'm popping today, gon' be popping tomorrow.
All right, welcome back to another episode of YoungMonopTV. We here to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Goldberg, and the way he went out at a Saturday night main event for his last, I guess, retirement or last match. And yes, excuse my washer and dryer. I am doing laundry right now, but I really do not care. That's what podcasting is for, so y'all can see the real things that's going on. And I gotta go to work. But before I go to work, we're gonna put in this work right here. So we're here to talk about Goldberg. He had a match at Saturday night main event versus Gunther for the world heavyweight title. WWE displayed this as his final and last match. And you never know with these legends because they always come back, even though they say like this our last match. You know what I mean? Like look at Undertaker, look at like a Ric Flair. You know, most of them come back. The only person who promised that he was not making a comeback was John Cena. But you can never say never, right? You can never say never, even though he said he really wasn't. You can never say never. But I'm here to talk about Goldberg. Saturday night main event. It was him and Gunther. Gunther came down with the belt. I think he's a great champion. I love Gunther as a champion. I feel like he could step out his element a little bit and give us a little bit more than the basic like hard tough guy stuff all the time. But you had Goldberg come down too, and you know, before Goldberg always comes out, he gets that like fan chant where fans may chant his name, you know, Goldberg, that type stuff, and it's only like a WWE thing, like, or a wrestling thing, you know, like when you go to these events, you know, everybody got a chant for you or whatever. But it's like one chant that I never hear them say about Goldberg, and it's "You can't wrestle." They say it to John Cena, and John Cena I feel like has way more than a moveset than Goldberg. Goldberg's entire career was based off him crushing other superstars in a minimum amount of time and to make him look good. He basically had like an Undertaker undefeated streak with the jackhammer and the spear, and really that was all to his itinerary. He didn't have all of this, you know, and that's okay too. I mean, like we don't see too many wrestlers like that today. That's squashers. Like you would think of like a Braun Breaker, but is he really a squasher? Or you can even say Bronson Reed, but is he really a squasher? I feel like Great Khali was like kind of like a squasher, a little bit. Big Show, maybe like people like that back in that era. Kane. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't call them squashers, but you know, Goldberg whole entire career was based off that. And to see him at Saturday night main event, he basically limped down the ring. Let's just put that out there. Did anybody not see Goldberg limping before the match even started? And that what threw me off. I'm like, okay. It's not like he had a match or something like that prior to this match. He just was limping down the ring. And I was like concerned for him at that point in time because I'm like, maybe he shouldn't be in a WWE ring right now. If that made any sense, you know what I mean? So, um, I don't know. I don't know how to, feel about the match because like the match started off, I could still see him limping in the beginning of the match, but the match started off okay. Like Goldberg, you know, punching on him. He really wasn't hitting him with two moves. Like I think the first throw that I saw Goldberg try to like throw Gunther, it wasn't really like a. It was kind of like when Jelly Roll pushed somebody on WWE, and it's nothing against my boy Jelly Roll, but when Jelly Roll pushed it, you just didn't feel it. Like it almost feel like you got to be in it to feel it, and I didn't feel that when like Goldberg did that like first toss or whatever to Gunther. I was like, oh, that looked a little weird. You know what I mean? But, you know, people didn't want, like, for this to be his last match to be, like, a simplified, like, couple-minute match. They really wanted to see Goldberg go out on his back. And some people think that Goldberg went out on his back. I don't believe that. I seen that match, and it was terrible. It was downright terrible. I just felt like Gunther did everything he can to try to carry the match to make Goldberg look strong. You know, I don't know if even Goldberg really took the time to, like, you know, he looked like he was in good shape, but he just didn't. I didn't know if he took the time to really, like, get stamina for this match, because, like, mid-match, I mean, like, after a couple punches, a couple little tosses, a couple chest slaps from Gunther, he was tired. It looked like he was out of breath. And if I'm lying, let me know. Did Goldberg look like he was out of breath in that match? It was a point in time in the match where Gunther ripped Goldberg knee brace off. He started to beat Goldberg with the knee brace. And then, you know, from there, that was basically the match, to be honest with you. I mean, Goldberg did hit Gunther with a spear, and then he did hit him with the jackhammer. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when he picked him up for the jackhammer, I was worried. I didn't see him fold. I didn't see the leg, you know, given or nothing like that. So he hit a solid one, and Gunther still overcame and won this match. After I can really honestly say beating the crap out of Goldberg. But if that's the way he wanted to go out, that's the way he wanted to go out. I respect it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not taking nothing from Goldberg. I'm not saying he's like a horrible wrestler. He's bad. At his prime, people probably would have shit at their drawers if they ran into Goldberg. But in today's time, in your last match, I didn't like that one. And then at the end of the match, Goldberg basically said that he wanted to. I guess WWE gave him like a retirement speech thing, like, you know, just let him speak his mind. Had his son up there, some of his closest friends, colleagues, and things of that nature. And yeah, they cut it off 30 seconds in. So I'm sitting there waiting for the whole speech, and I'm listening to it. And next thing I know, I thought like maybe it's like commercial break. They about to come back, hitting with the no, you clipped. You out of there, Goldberg. They don't care. People only care about the chant. You know, they used to love you when you had the pop, and they don't care. They don't care. And then Goldberg recently went on, let me get this right, the Ariel Helwani show. All right, so he went on the Ariel Helwani show, and this guy, Ariel Helwani, excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's my first time kind of reading it, and the computer is a little bit back. But he went on there, and Goldberg basically, for the first time since that match against Gunther, came on, and he were questioned, and, you know, it was kind of like an interview. But in the beginning of this, you know, the first question was like, how did he feel about his go out? And Goldberg said he had a certain amount of time before he could speak on these things, but he still kind of spoke on these things. And he spoke on these things for about 39 minutes and 4 seconds. Now, for copyright reasons, I'm not going to get into everything that Goldberg said, but yeah, in a minute, we're going to get into some of the things that Goldberg said. But Goldberg also said, I'm not going to get into these things, and I'm going to just hold off. And I'm so grateful for this, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. But in the midst of Goldberg being so grateful, he goes on a 39-minute and 4 rant being ungrateful. It's like he cannot give anybody a little bit of shine without shitting on it, if it makes any sense. I'm going to play a little clip from what Goldberg said on that podcast, and let's hear that.
So to be able to go against the world heavyweight champion, to be able to go against Gunther, you know, I mean, hey, it was a honor and a privilege to be able to be given that opportunity, and I had to make the most of it.
In other words, would you have preferred a PLE?
100%.
Because you get more time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It got me off freaking 20 seconds with the microphone in my hand, for God's sakes.
So I was working my way toward.
Did y'all hear what he just said? He asked Goldberg would he rather be on the PLE, and Goldberg basically said hell yeah. And he said they basically cut my speech off in 30 seconds. Let's continue.
Where's
No,
that?
yeah, I got 2 weeks, man. I got 2 weeks before I can really, spill the beans and, make my feelings kind of known about the entire rundown from the inception of the idea to its delivery. It was a little less than to be desired, but again, I'm not going to complain because not many people get that opportunity.
You're not going to complain, Goldberg, but all you do is complain. We're tired of it. Wrap it up. Retire. Don't come back. First of all, you was a not WWE. You was in WCW originally. You're not even an original WWE guy. Let's start there. We didn't need a Goldberg match. We didn't. I'm just being frank. We didn't need a Goldberg match. He could have stayed where he was at. He didn't have to come back. He wanted to be seen. He wanted to be known. He wanted to go out. First of all, Goldberg. Let's cut the malarkey. This dude did this for almost 39 and 4 minutes. And go watch the whole interview if y'all think I'm lying. Please. Go watch the interview. I'm not going to say Goldberg isn't a staple in the company. I'm not going to say Goldberg isn't a legend in the WWE, in the WCW, and just the entire wrestling realm. But at the end of the day, you got to face facts. And if you're not top level, you're just not top level right now, and that's okay. Everybody hit their peak and go down. And I give Goldberg a lot of credit because a lot of people wouldn't even be able to accomplish some of the things that man has accomplished. I'm gonna just pause there. I'm not gonna go in the way I want to, but what I will say is, Goldberg, I wish you the best of luck on your retirement. That's what I will say. But hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. We thank y'all for tuning in to the YoungMonopTV.